information just in about a possible cause of this wildfire in Orange County. Southern California Edison says there was a, quote, circuit activity in the area where this fire started. Thanks for joining us here at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Neda Irampur. So glad you're with us. And we are covering this breaking news. This fire starting yesterday afternoon in Aliso Wood Canyon. And that's between Laguna Niguel and Laguna Beach. I mean, look at the destruction there. The wind-driven fires burned about 200 acres. That's the latest update from crews. And it has destroyed more than 20 homes. You see these large mansions up in flames and smoke. At last check, the fire is 0% contained. San Diego fire crews have already been sent to help.
We have team coverage this morning. Dana Marie McNichol and Dina Demetrius are both live near the scene there. We're going to begin with Dina, who has the update for us. Good morning.
Good morning. At least 24 homes have been destroyed and some are still smoldering at this point. Now, firefighters over the night and now are going into homes that are still standing to investigate attics and other indoor spaces to see if they see any embers that may turn into flames hours later. Multi-million-dollar mansions and other homes went up in flames Wednesday. High winds and dry terrain fueling a wildfire in Southern California. Fire crews on the ground went house to house trying to contain the blaze. From the sky, planes dropped retardant in hopes of stopping the spread.
We have helitankers and we've got ground crews and we have every fire engine available in the area to come and put this fire out.
Laguna Niguel resident Brianna Kavinsky couldn't get to her home to rescue her pets.
I guess we'll wait here because I'm afraid to go further.
But firefighters came through, delivering Brianna's cat back to her.
I know they have huge things to deal with right now, so it was very thoughtful for them to save my animal.
Here you can see the complete destruction of homes right behind me and fires still blazing hours later. Local officials here in Orange County say the drought brought on by climate change is making conditions worse.
The fuels beds in this county, throughout Southern California, throughout the West, are so dry that, fire like this is going to be more commonplace.
Orange County Fire Authority Chief Brian Fennessy says 5 years ago this blaze would have been more easily contained.
The winds we experience today are not unusual. These were not Santa Ana winds. These are coastal winds that we experience generally every day.
Officials haven't said how the fire began. Now, property damage assessment teams expect to begin their work later on today. Neda?
Dina, thanks for the update there.
And now we're going to continue our team coverage of this fire. So we have Dana Marie McNichol, who is joining us live from the scene.
Yeah, you're live. You're seeing those firefighters hard at work out there behind you, Dana Marie.
Yeah, good morning. You can see here this home behind me completely destroyed, charred. Just the framework of this multi-million-dollar home left. Still very much an active scene as those firefighters you can see right here have been putting out any type of hot spots. Smoke still coming from inside the home. So they're actively using those fire hoses to extinguish, anything going on around or inside the property. Just completely charred. An absolutely devastating scene. The neighboring home, we can even still see smoke coming from that roof there. These homes are right up against this canyon. So last night, firefighters, they had to battle the smoky, dark, windy conditions. Flames spread quickly as they tore through that thick brush on the hillside. They also had to contend with the strong ocean winds that sparked spot fires and really did, affect multiple homes. We're hearing now 20 different homes. This is just one of 20 that have been destroyed. Now, I do want to say no deaths or injuries have been reported. We don't necessarily know the cause of this fire, but like we said earlier, there's an active investigation. Southern California Edison sent a letter to the California Public Utilities Commission informing them of a circuit activity occurring close in the time of the reported coastal fire. So, of course, we're going to be tracking that. Any updates from them, we will bring that to you. Now, based on our last update from earlier in the morning, this is a 0% contained. We're being told that active fire crews are all over this neighborhood battling this. But what I feel right now, those winds have to me seem like they have calmed down. We do have Evan to share with us that forecast. Evan, what are we looking at around our area here for those firefighters?
Yeah, good morning, Dana Marie. You're absolutely right. Those winds compared to yesterday evening have started to die down. We do have indications that this afternoon will move toward the teens and maybe the low 20-mile-per-hour range. The shift that we see, though, in direction is significant. As Dana Marie mentioned, these are westerly winds that we saw yesterday. So we mainly saw onshore flow that was still directing some coastal clouds inland. Today we shift and we start to see that dry, warm air moving from the east as offshore flow pervades. That's why you see those arrows pointed toward that coastline, really from the east. So we're seeing those winds come out of the east. Mountaintops are breezy right now, but we see along the coast mainly those high single digits. But here's this afternoon here locally. You see how onshore flow will persist at times. We'll kind of see this swing back and forth as winds start to adjust a bit. But we do see that this afternoon will move toward the teens and maybe the low 20s at times. Significant, though, in that direction will have a major play in how humid we are out there and the risk that firefighters have. This afternoon, we see temperatures mostly in the 70s. We move toward a warming trend that will continue all the way through your Friday and Saturday. Coming up, we'll take a look at just how warm we're going to get, how warm those temperatures could get for firefighters if they're going to still be putting out those flames going into Friday and Saturday. Those are some pretty warm days ahead. Back to you.
Evan, thanks for the latest on the conditions here. Stay with CBS 8 for the latest developments on the coastal fire. You can also get updates on our website, our social media pages, and the CBS 8 app. Well, today President Biden is expected to commemorate the 1 million lives lost in the United States due to COVID-19.
The president is ordering flags to be flown at half staff, and this comes more than 2 years now since the first cases were reported here in our country. The coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the date of March 11th, 2020. I'm sure a lot of us remember that day. By that time, 36 Americans had died, and then across the globe, over 6 million people have lost their lives due to this virus.
Today, the husband of missing mother Maya Millete is due back in court. Larry Millete is accused of killing her. Her body has not been found since she went missing in January of last year. This comes just days after Larry Millete's parents filed a lawsuit against Chula Vista Police. They claim the department violated their civil rights. The lawsuit claims CVPD trashed the Millete home while serving a search warrant, among other claims. Chula Vista Police have not responded to that lawsuit. And an update this morning on the suspects accused in that string of explosions in Vista. Valentin Castaneda and Kali Tabler both pleaded not guilty to multiple felony charges yesterday. Juan Castaneda posted bail and is expected to be arraigned next week. The investigation is continuing, but authorities say there appears to be no specific target for these explosions. No one was hurt, and there is no property damage. The man accused of driving under the influence and killing 2 people in the Midway district is pleading not guilty. 33-year-old Edgar Suarez is facing 2 counts of gross vehicular manslaughter, felony DUI charges, and driving with both alcohol and drugs in his system. Police say Suarez was speeding on Saturday when he lost control of his pickup truck and slammed into a Toyota van. 2 of 4 family members inside that van died.
Right now, Senate Democrats are regrouping after they fell short of the 60 votes they needed to move forward with the bill to protect abortion rights across the country. Democrats did not expect it to pass, but many said they wanted Republican opposition to reproductive rights on the record. The debate over abortion rights has sparked many demonstrations nationwide. A day of rallies is planned for this Saturday.
We want to take you back out to that breaking news of that wildfire burning right now in Orange County. We're getting a live look from above here, and within the last few minutes, we can confirm the fire has destroyed about 24 homes right now. You can see all the fire crews. You can see some of the news vans out there trying to bring you the latest updates as we speak. Our news crew on the ground as well. We've been seeing some of these multi-million-dollar homes completely destroyed. The latest update, about 24 homes destroyed here.
And at this hour, it looks like the winds have certainly subsided compared to what they were yesterday, about 2:30 when this sparked. I mean, the wind gusts really caused that fire to take off. So it has now burned 200 acres. You see that hillside with the brush and those trees. That's what burned, and then it crossed over obviously into many of those homes that are lined up against the hills. Several local agencies are helping fight this fire. Crews from San Diego, Chula Vista, National City, Poway, and Heartland Fire.
We have been worried about our fire danger here because of how dry it has been, and this just goes to show us, Evan, that just one spark can cause that much damage that quickly.
Especially with how dry we are outside. I mean, this is now the 5th month of the year, and every single month this year, we've talked about below normal trends in terms of rainfall. So every month has come in below normal compared to what we would usually see for our rainfall each month. The only exception to that was March, and we were just barely on the hair. So going into the next 8 days, we have no indication of wet weather in the forecast. We also are going to, in fact, see temperatures climb quite rapidly between now and Saturday. A ridge of high pressure is about to be centered just overhead. The last 2 weeks, we were at or below average for afternoon high temperatures. We saw plenty of cloudy mornings. Instead, now the sun is beaming through already here at the 6 o'clock hour, and we expect temperatures to really climb rapidly. So 74 is that high along the coastline, 79 inland. We'll see your mountains climb to the upper 60s and upper 80s for the deserts. Mountains and deserts lag just a little bit behind on their afternoon high temperatures, but they also see that warm up continuing. They'll just be slightly cooler than average, but across the board, we're much warmer than yesterday. Take a look at the setup right now from infrared satellite. Satellite not showing any cloud cover along the immediate coastline, and all of our cameras agree with that. Things are clear and calm out there. Here's that view. You can see the sun coming up outside, facing east right now from Mount Soledad. We're looking toward a warm day. So between now and about Saturday, that's when we see these temperatures climb. Saturday is going to be our peak, and then we'll start to decline from there on. But you can see what temperatures look like as you walk out the door right now. Mostly in the 40s, still a cold start to the day, but you'll be able to peel off those layers once you head toward the afternoon. 24-hour temperature change going to be across the board warmer by the time we get to this afternoon, but a little bit different this morning. Here's what we see as far as traffic goes. No major crashes or collisions coming up as far as CHP is reporting. I do want to take you to the Coronado Bridge. Looks like mid-span, you're starting to see those speeds slow down to the single digits. So once you get into Coronado, that will continue, and then headed south toward Imperial Beach, you'll also see some slightly slower speeds. But for now, volume across most of our highways through North County doing okay. We'll keep you up to date if we see any changes here at 6:11. Back to you.